Namaste students, I am Shobha, Science faculty from Mangala Vidya Mandira. Today, let us learn the fifth chapter in science, that is coal and petroleum. We use various materials for our basic needs. Some of them are found in nature and some of them have been made by human efforts. The resources which are obtained from nature are called as natural resources. In the light of the availability of various resources in nature, natural resources can be broadly classified into two kinds. One is inexhaustible natural resources and other one is exhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources are the resources which are present in unlimited quantity in nature and are not likely to be exhausted by human activities like sunlight, air, etc. But exhaustible natural resources are present limited quantity and they can get exhausted by human activities like forest, wildlife, coal, etc. So, in this chapter, let us learn about some of the exhaustible natural resources like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. These were found from the dead remaining of living organisms, which is called as fossils, so they are also known as fossil fuels. What are this coal and petroleum? They are the source of energy that are non-renewable, that is, they cannot be replenished back. They were made in the nature a long time before and they will finish after a long time use. Now, let us see how this coal will be formed. It is the same way.
Let's see how coal is formed. Coal is formed due to the process of carbonization. Let's see what is carbonization. Million years ago, the earth had dense forests in lower-lying wetland areas called swamp. Over the time or due to natural processes like flood, these trees died and got buried under the bottom of the lake or ocean. Now, this is the organic matter. As these trees decompose, they become peat. As more soil called sediment deposited over them, they were compressed and become soft coal called lignite. The more sediments collect over the top with time increase heat and pressure. Under high pressure and high temperature, the lignite got slowly converted to coal. As coal contains mainly carbon, the slow process of conversion of dead vegetation into coal is called carbonization. Since it was formed from the remains of vegetation, coal is also called a fossil fuel. Coal is taken out by digging deep inside the earth.
So students, in the same way, the process of natural gas and petroleum will be formed. Instead of solid coal, we will be getting liquid petroleum and gaseous natural gas. So let us study about the coal. Coal is a combustible sedimentary organic rock which is formed from vegetation. In other words, coal is a fossil fuel created from the remains of plants that lived millions of years ago. It is considered as a non-renewable source of energy because it takes too much of time to form. There are different types of coal like lignite, subbituminous coal, anthracite and graphite. So these are the different forms of coal. Depending upon which type of organic matter has been decayed, it will be converted into different types. The difference here is the percentage of carbon content will be different. So what is this coal made up of? It is mainly made up of carbon and sometimes it also contains some metal and non-metal impurities. Where are this coal used? It is used as a fuel. So it is used as a fuel for cooking food and also it is used to run the steam that is steam engine. It is also used in the thermal power plants to produce electricity, and also it is used in various industries, and especially in the ethanol production, that is an alcohol production, and it is used in the production of many other products of coal like coke, coal tar, coal gas, etc. So this is all the uses, and it is now we are going to study about the next part of next type of coal, that is coke. This coke, it is a solid carbonaceous residue which is derived from low ash, low sulfur bituminous coal. Coke is used as a fuel and as a reducing agent in smelting iron ore in the blast furnace. This is second one is process of extraction of iron from its ore. That is in the furnace method, we will be using this coke as a reducing agent. It is also used in the steel manufacture. It is used in the reaction of coal and natural gas together will give you a type of synthetic fiber called as bunaice, that is a plastic type. It is also gives the ethanol which is being again used in the bunna rubber product. Now let us go to the another one product of coal, that is coal tar. Coal tar is a brown or black liquid of high viscosity. Viscosity means stickiness, which smells like naphthalene and aromatic hydrocarbon. Aromatic means it will be having a good pleasant smell. Being flammable, that is it can easily catch fire. It is being used sometimes in heating or to fire boilers. This is also used as a starting material in the manufacture of various substances which we use in our everyday life and in also in industries like synthetic drugs, synthetic dyes, explosives, perfumes, plastics, paints, photographic material, roofing material, etc. Interestingly, naphthalene balls which is used to repel moths and other insects are also obtained from this coal tar. But nowadays, bitumen, a petroleum product which is used in the place of coal tar for metalling the roads. So another one is there which is called as coal gas. That is also another product of coal which is obtained during the processing of coal to get coke. This coal gas is being used for street lighting. It is also the source of heat rather than light. So the mining of the coal, as you know, it is underground present, deep inside the earth. Sometimes it may be surface mining where it will be present on the surface only. In the first picture you can see. Sometimes it will be underground mining, as you can see in the second picture. So this is all about the first exhaustible resources, that is coal and its products. Now let us move to its second type, that is petroleum. Petroleum is a naturally occurring flammable liquid that are found in geological formation beneath the earth's surface. It was produced when sea creatures died and got covered with sand and clay. Under high pressure, this dead organism changed into petroleum and natural gas. So same as you have seen a video on how the coal is formed. In the same way, this happens in the seas and oceans. Here the sea organisms, when they die, they will be converted into the liquid form. The petroleum was formed from the organisms which is lying in the sea. Before this petroleum get extracted, we have to refine it. Refinements in the sense we have to purify it, because the petroleum so far obtained will be dark oily liquid. It has unpleasant odor, bad odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. So the process of separating the various constituents from petroleum products is called as refining, and this refining will be done in petroleum refineries. Huge petroleum refineries will be there where they will be removed, and these are all the uses of petroleum products, where and all it is used. After petroleum has been processed in the oil refineries, it will be used as asphalt. Again, it's one of the main composition of many chemicals, and LPG, lubricating oils, and other types of petroleum products like petrochemicals. It is used of fuel oils, gasolines, and kerosenes, etc. And here also you can see some more examples and where they are being used. Petroleum products, it is used as LPG, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax. It is used in candles and all. And bitumen, it is used in paints and road surfacing. So surfacing, after putting tar and all, they have to surface the road using the help of this bitumen. So these are all the second exhaustible resource, that is petroleum. How it is obtained, what are its types, and where are being used. Now let us go to the third one, that is the natural gas. So as you know, the process is the same. The natural gas also takes the same millions of years to be formed deep inside the earth because of the burial of many organic waste. So it will be collected in the form of gas. That's it. So coal was in solid state, petroleum was in the liquid state, and gas is in the gaseous state. So this natural gas is another very important fossil fuel because it is very easy to transport through pipes compared to the coal and petrol. It is easy to transport. It is stored in high pressure and compressed as a natural gas, hence it is called as compressed natural gas, CNG. This word you could have used nowadays. Now it is used for the power generation. The CNG is nowadays used in power generation. It is also being used as a fuel to transport the vehicles because they are very less polluting. They cause very less pollution, and also it is cleaner fuel. It gives you a non-polluting fuel. The great advantage of the CNG is that it can be directly used for burning in the homes and factories wherever it is supplied through the pipes. Such networks of pipes nowadays very rarely exist in India, like in Gujarat, Vadodara, and in some parts of Delhi. Natural gas is a starting material for the manufacture of number of chemicals and fertilizers. In India, many natural gas reserves are being there. It is found in Tripura, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, and some Krishna Godavari Delta. Now, it is a time that it is required. We know that this coal, petroleum, natural gas are all fossil fuels which require a lot of time, that is millions of years, to get converted into fuel. On the other hand, the known reserves of this will last only a few hundred years. Moreover, burning of this also causes air pollution. Their use is also linked to global warming. So it is therefore necessary we have to use these fuels whenever they are absolutely necessary, so that it will result in the lesser risk of global warming, and it gives you the better environment, and also they last for a long period of time. So in order to control this in India, the Petroleum Conservation Research Association, that is PCRA, advises the people how to save petrol and diesel while driving. So whenever the driver is driving a vehicle, he should maintain constant speed or a moderate speed which can save the fuel or petrol. Similarly, whenever the vehicle is not moving, when it is at rest, especially in the traffic signals, they have to switch off the engine, and also they should maintain the correct tire pressure. This also will ensure the maintenance of the fuel, and also we have to regularly maintain the engines of the vehicle so that it will not consume much of the fuel. So both coal, petroleum, and natural gas are all non-renewable sources of energy. We should decrease the intake of these resources. So we have to go for an alternative technology for the production of this energy to meet our demands. So there is a need to make a petroleum products more efficiently. So hope you have understood this chapter, students, where we have discussed about coal, petroleum, and natural gas. All these are the exhaustible natural resources. Thank you.